Okay. So what about self-employed people? People like musicians, entertainers, they seem to be getting the hard because they're not really got company, they can't furlough. What kind of advice would you give to them?
What I would say to musicians is first and foremost, go to the Musicians Union. The
Right.
Musicians Union have various grants and alleviation, especially if you are really in a desperate situation. The grant they may have may not be a huge amount, maybe £1,000, it could be 500, and they have different schemes with those types of grants. I mean, one of them is actually closed now because it was oversubscribed. But nevertheless, what should happen is that if you go to the Musicians Union, if you are a member of the Musicians Union, then you could look at their guidance for grants due to the coronavirus and you can apply there. But also potentially, should you fall between all those nets, because they've got 5 or 6 different grant schemes, not just government, there's also other unions that are related to the musicians, so it could be the arts unions as well. So if someone's registered as an actor or as an artist, they've got funding in those arenas as well. But then the bottom line you could fall back with is something like income support and unemployment support as well, if you really are with your back up against the wall.
Wow, that's fantastic. What about loans right now? Because I heard somebody talking about, I think we had a conversation about this, about loans that's available through your bank. Do you know?
Yes, I mean, the bank loans is what it is. It's not a grant.
Okay.
What they will do is that they are based on what you need, and they'll look at potentially your turnover per year and the profits that you've got over that turnover and the ability to repay in a year's time. What they will do is that they will give you the sum that you require, and if it's within what they believe or deem that you can pay, that sum is guaranteed by the government, so that should you default in the future, it'll be the government's responsibility and the banks to claim that money back.
Wow.
And all it means, and what it does mean, is that for a year, you will not have to pay any interest on that loan sum due to the coronavirus.
Woo, that sounds good. So do you think people should really take advantage of that?
I think it's an opportunity. It really is, because you would probably have an overdraft and you might be paying interest on that overdraft. So if you took that loan, you could reduce that overdraft big time. And suddenly you're not paying that interest that you would have in the overdraft, and you may have even some surplus to go and do what you need to do as well. So to me, it is an opportunity that, as long as you're diligent about what you need to do and responsible, which you should be as a business owner, then it's an opportunity you could take. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. I would really guide people rather than say this is what a financial advisor would take. And I would take my financial advisors or my accountants' suggestions before I make my decision.
Right. So, okay, mortgage and credit payment. What do you do about all of this? There's some things about holidays and all kinds of stuff.
You've got it right. Yeah, you've done your homework.
Okay. I'm just trying. You know what?
You can call your mortgage company.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not already suffering and you're not already behind, in the sense of you don't have arrears, but even if you do have arrears, they will consider it and they should be compassionate about the situation. They can give you, let's call it a 3-month holiday. Now, holiday is not a case of you don't pay that money back, but for 3 months, if your mortgage is £500, that means in 3 months' time, you will get £500 back to you to make you redistribute that money for the things that you need immediately. And then what then it allows you to do is that you can contact your mortgage company when that period comes to an end to potentially further extend it, which it might now be extended to October. And then what you can do is come to a package or an arrangement how you repay it. And it may be, if you have an interest-only payment or a full payment, you extend the period of your mortgage time by that period that you borrowed it.
Hi, REC family and friends. As you know, we're dealing with this virus that's gone around, and you know the government has asked that all churches to be closed at this time. So we want to be sensitive to what we've been asked to do. Now, however, if you want to connect with us, you can still do this by social media. please try everything you can to connect with us. Also, we're going to try our best that if you call our office, we'll direct your calls to different leaders, and if you can get prayer and help whichever way you need. Do not allow the enemy to put you in a depression. We're going to get through this. God is in control. So stay in touch, and let me tell you something. If you want to still give to the ministry, we're going to make sure you can be able to give and help support the vision of the church. And I tell you something, the gates of hell will not prevail against our church. God bless you. Let's stay together and let's keep praying. Prayer changes everything.